Officially, Dr. Sledge is a broke man. How would Sarkodie and Kweku Smoke manage to get some cash for their lifestyle and events now that Ghana's biggest scammer or fraudster is behind bars? The Office of the Special Prosecutor, led by Kisi Agyebeng and Cynthia Lamte, Deputy Special Prosecutor, has seized all assets belonging to him. The Office of the Special Prosecutor announced on their official social media pages, OSP conducts searches in ongoing MIIF gold trade investigation. As part of ongoing investigations, the Office of the Special Prosecutor today conducted searches at the Trasacco residence of Nana Yorduodu, also known as Dr. Sledge, and at the East Legon offices of Goldridge Company Limited. The searches were carried out under warrants issued by the High Court in Accra. Nana Yorduodu is under investigation for suspected corruption and corruption-related offenses linked to the Minerals Income Investment Fund, MIIF Gold Trade Program, which allegedly caused a loss of $94 million to the state. The OSP's Asset Recovery and Management Team seized several items, including luxury vehicles, jewelry, weapons, and documents relating to landed properties. The case of Dr. Sledge and the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Understanding Ghana's $94 million gold trade scandal. When the Office of the Special Prosecutor announced the detention of businessman Nana Yorduodu, widely known as Dr. Sledge, many Ghanaians were shocked. He wasn't an unknown figure. As the founder and chief executive officer of Goldridge Refinery Limited, Dr. Sledge had long been presented as one of the private sector champions helping Ghana add value to its gold. His company was among the few operating a gold refinery in the country and had been seen as part of the national effort to make Ghana the gold processing hub of West Africa. But in the year 2025, his name appeared in headlines for all the wrong reasons. The OSP, Ghana's top anti-corruption agency, began investigating the flow of money through certain state-backed gold trade programs. At the center of it all was Dr. Sledge and his company's dealings with the Minerals Income Investment Fund, MIIF, the government body that manages the state's interest in the mining sector. The background: gold, forex, and state partnerships. Over the past few years, Ghana's government launched several initiatives to strengthen the national economy using gold reserves. One of the major programs was the Gold for Forex policy, where the Bank of Ghana bought gold from local producers and used it to stabilize the national currency. Another was the Gold for Oil program, meant to trade gold directly for petroleum imports, easing pressure on foreign currency reserves. To make these policies work, private companies were engaged to refine, supply, and manage gold in bulk. Goldridge Refinery Limited became one of those companies. It was tasked with refining gold for both domestic use and export, often working under government contracts. That position gave Dr. Sledge and his company enormous influence, sitting right between state institutions and the international gold market. The beginning of the investigation, the OSP's interest in the MIIF Goldridge partnership, reportedly began when inconsistencies appeared in records relating to gold exports and foreign exchange settlements. Huge sums had moved through accounts, and some payments didn't match the corresponding gold shipments. The figure that raised eyebrows was about $94 million, an amount investigators believed was missing or unaccounted for in a series of transactions. As the OSP began its investigation, it gathered documents, conducted searches, and interviewed key individuals. The spotlight soon landed directly on Dr. Sledge, given his company's central role in those trade deals. Arrest and detention. When Dr. Sledge was summoned for questioning, he appeared with his legal team and expressed willingness to cooperate. However, according to officials, he failed to meet certain bail conditions after the initial interrogation. This led to his temporary detention, an event that immediately caught national attention. The arrest marked a turning point in public perception. What initially seemed like a bureaucratic audit had now become a high-profile corruption and money laundering investigation. Subsequent searches at Dr. Sledge's properties revealed luxury vehicles, expensive jewelry, large sums of cash, and property documents believed to be tied to the disputed transactions. What the OSP is looking for. The OSP isn't just looking for missing funds. Its mission under Ghanaian law includes identifying and recovering assets obtained through unlawful means. Investigators are now trying to trace how money moved between the MIIF Goldridge Refinery and external accounts. They aim to determine whether state funds were misused, if there were kickbacks or undeclared commissions, and whether any government officials benefited from the deals. Given that both state institutions and private firms were involved, this is a complex case touching on finance, trade, and mineral regulation, all areas where transparency has long been a problem in Ghana. The MIIF connection. The Minerals Income Investment Fund was created to manage Ghana's mining revenues transparently and invest them wisely for future generations. However, by 2024 and 2025, concerns arose that some of its deals lacked clarity. Goldridge Refinery's partnership with MIIF, meant to promote local refining and gold trading, is now being examined for potential irregularities. Investigators are probing whether all gold paid for was actually delivered and whether documentation matched the value of transactions. If public funds were advanced without proper verification, or if the gold supplied was less than what was paid for, it could constitute a serious financial crime. The legal and political weight of the case. The OSP is one of Ghana's most powerful independent institutions. It can investigate, arrest, and seize property, but must still obtain court warrants. The case against Dr. Sledge is therefore seen as a major test of the OSP's power to hold powerful individuals accountable. For years, critics have argued that Ghana's anti-corruption efforts have focused too heavily on politicians while letting politically connected businessmen operate freely. The Goldridge case challenges that view by showing that even the wealthy and well-connected can face scrutiny. Politically, the case also threatens to expose weaknesses in key government programs. If wrongdoing is proven, it could mean that a central part of Ghana's economic stabilization plan was undermined from within. What Dr. Sledge says, Dr. Sledge, through his lawyers, insists he is innocent. He maintains that his company's operations are legitimate and fully audited. Any discrepancies, he argues, are due to administrative delays, not criminal acts. Supporters claim the OSP is targeting local investors instead of foreign entities that dominate the mining industry. They argue that such aggressive investigations discourage Ghanaian entrepreneurs from participating in major national projects. Still, the OSP insists that no one is above scrutiny and cooperation does not mean immunity. The investigation continues. The role of asset seizures. One of the boldest actions by the OSP has been its asset seizures. During searches, investigators confiscated luxury vehicles, gold jewelry, and documents for expensive real estate. These items are currently being held as part of the investigation and could be permanently forfeited to the state if guilt is proven in court. However, if Dr. Sledge is cleared, the assets will be returned. That's the legal balance, the OSP must maintain firm but fair. The broader implications for Ghana's gold sector. Ghana is now Africa's largest gold producer, earning billions of dollars annually. Yet the industry remains plagued by smuggling, tax evasion, and secretive trading. This case has reignited public debate about accountability in the gold trade. Many experts argue that the country needs digital tracking systems to monitor gold from mine to market. Others say the industry must open up its contracts for public scrutiny. The government faces a delicate balance, promoting local business ownership while ensuring transparency and fairness. The outcome of this case could reshape how the gold sector operates for years to come. Public reaction and what comes next. Reactions across Ghana have been mixed. Some citizens applaud the OSP for taking bold action against corruption, while others see it as political theater meant to impress the public. For now, formal charges have not been filed, which means the investigation is ongoing. Once all evidence is compiled, the Special Prosecutor will decide whether to prosecute or dismiss the case. If it goes to court, it could become one of Ghana's most watched trials in recent memory. Lessons for the future. The case of Dr. Sledge offers key lessons for Ghana's governance and private sector. It highlights the importance of transparency, strong documentation, and public accountability in managing national resources. It also shows that the fight against corruption requires more than laws. It demands consistent enforcement, regardless of status or wealth. Most importantly, it proves that the OSP is willing to challenge powerful figures and institutions, signaling a new era in Ghana's anti-corruption efforts. Conclusion: the investigation into Dr. Sledge and Goldridge Refinery Limited is still unfolding, but it already marks a defining moment in Ghana's anti-corruption drive. It connects vital issues from natural resource management to financial accountability and political integrity. Whether Dr. Sledge is ultimately found guilty or innocent, this case will leave a lasting impact on how Ghana manages its wealth. And as always, Wicked Blogger Ghana will keep digging, exposing, and informing. If you've read this far, make sure you subscribe to Wicked Blogger Ghana's channel for more exclusive updates, investigations, and deep dives into Ghana's most talked about stories. Because here, we don't just report the news, we uncover the truth.